Alfredo sauce. Check it out. Now, in this recipe, I don't use cashew nuts. We're not going to put them in the fridge, let them sit overnight, soak, and blend them up. Too much work. And I don't like almond milk. It makes it taste funny. So, check out what I use in this recipe. It's going to blow your mind. Okay, so let's go over our ingredients. Now, I leave the ingredients for the vegan stuff in the container because I want you to know it is real, okay? Got vegan sour cream, vegan Parmesan, vegan butter, all-purpose flour, nutritional yeast, and I have flaxseed milk. I'm gonna use flaxseed milk. I like the color of it, and the flavor is very light. It's unsweetened. So almond milk is the more common thing you're gonna see. I don't like the way almond milk tastes. It overpowers whatever you're making it with. So I'm using flaxseed milk. Then the nutritional yeast. You add this in as a cheese. It creates a nutty and rich cheesy flavor. That's why we're using nutritional yeast. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna build a roux. A roux is equal parts fat to flour, right? So we're gonna use our vegan butter, melt that down. Once that melts all the way down, I'm gonna slowly start adding flour, and now we're gonna get like a sand consistency. What this is gonna do, it's gonna help thicken our sauce. Roux are used to thicken sauces. Our butter's completely melted. We're gonna add a little bit of flour. I'm not gonna add all this flour. I'm gonna add enough till I get that wet sand consistency, like I said. So a little bit more. We're gonna continue adding, slowly whisking, until we get like a wet sand consistency. We're gonna cook this for about 2 minutes. You don't wanna cook it too long. Just wanna incorporate all that flour into the butter. Right about there, I'm gonna stop. See how it's getting nice and thick? Looks kind of like a wet sand. Stop right there. 1 minute, 2 minutes, that's it. So now I'm gonna slowly add the flax milk. You slowly add it and whisk, because if you don't, if you add it all at once, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get real big chunks. You want the flour and the milk to marry each other slowly. You know, when you go on a date, you don't just meet somebody and then marry them, right? So take it slow. Depending on how much sauce you're gonna make, you're gonna continually add more milk to the pan. You don't want it too thick at first. You wanna keep it nice and watery at first because it's gonna cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. We wanna get rid of that flour taste. As it's cooking, it's gonna naturally start to thicken. That flour is gonna start to open and blossom and bloom and thicken the sauce. So be careful, make sure you don't start off too thick. You wanna start off thin, work your way up to thick. So 20, 30 minutes, you're gonna taste it, you're gonna make sure that there's no flour taste. While this is cooking, we're cooking it on a low to medium heat. You don't want this bubbling, you want it very low, and you wanna continuously stir every once in a while so none of the flour burns on the bottom of the pan. We're about 10 minutes in, and this is like really like a gravy consistency. So at this point, I've already added a lot of milk to it. I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of water to thin it back out because I still got about 15 minutes to cook. And it's too thick right now. So we're gonna thin it a little out. We have about 5 more minutes left in that 20 to 30 minute window. I think we did about 30 minutes. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add our Parmesan cheese to this. And we're gonna add our sour cream. Right, so the Parmesan cheese is gonna thicken up our sauce. It's gonna add some flavor. The sour cream is gonna make it nice and creamy. Then we're going to add our nutritional yeast. Now the nutritional yeast acts a lot like cheese, so we're gonna just sprinkle a little bit in there, and we're gonna let all these components melt and fuse together. So for final touches, we're gonna add some pepper, we're gonna add some salt to taste, so don't add too much. We're gonna add this slowly and we're gonna taste it, right? Add some salt, add some garlic powder, right? Mix all this up, taste it, and continue to melt the cheese and everything else. And there it is, guys. Sexy. Are you filming? We're not using almond milk. Let me show you how to make this in a very simple. That's all right. You can cut it. I don't know. That just came to me.
You're just such a